How's it going, folks? My name's KQ. Today I'm going to be talking about some Android games, and I got a couple of them to talk about. Most of them are paid, and I hope you like it. I apologize that we're in the dark here. I couldn't find a lighter place in my house, unfortunately. And usually in these videos they have cutscenes of the games and stuff like that, and I just don't have the technology or the knowledge to know how to do that. Right now I'm just experimenting, so bear with me. The first couple of games I like to talk about is by a developer named Karasoft. If you don't know who they are, just Google them or go to Google Play and search for them. I'm going to tell you about 3 games, and the most popular one is called Game Dev Story. And basically, Game Dev Story, it gives you power over basically a video game company creating video games and later on consoles and stuff like that, and you have to order around your people and make sure you get good people in and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. It's the most fun I had on any Android game, to be honest with you. I thought I played like 2 hours on it, but it turned out to be 8. That's how addictive it is. It's pretty crazy, and it's a really good game. On each game you develop, you're kind of gambling because you don't know what the outcome's going to be, and you got to pick specific topics and genres that work together. You know what I mean? A historical ninja game won't work. So, and moving on to the other game. The next game I played from Karasoft is it's called Dungeon Village, and it's basically it's similar to Game Dev Story, but not that similar. There's some RPG factors, and basically you take care of your troops and you build your city around them to make money, and you have to meet specific goals. One of the major goals of the story is you have to get a 5-star city, and each star has certain goals and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun, and actually you can follow your character into battle and watch them fight creatures and stuff like that. Send them into dungeons and get treasure out of them. It's a really good game. There's a lot of depth there, and I'd recommend it to anybody, to be honest with you. The next game I played was Pocket Academy. Pocket Academy, it gives you total control over your school, so you have to build facilities and take care of your students and stuff like that. Hire good teachers to teach them and stuff like that, and specific challenges to help you out there too. It's a really good game too, and you can also make, you don't make, it just happens, but the students do fall in love with each other, and they start dating too. So those are just 3 of I want to say 12 games on Google Play. I mean, they're $6. That's a lot of money to a lot of people, but let's be honest here. Considering the addictive factor and all the other factors in them, I gotta say they're pretty much the top games I ever played on Android. So give them a try if you can. The next game I'd like to talk about is called Nova 3, and it's a Halo knockoff by Gameloft. Gameloft has a reputation of stealing console games and putting them on Android with their own twist on it. To me, it was more of a Crisis game than Halo, to be honest with you, but there's 2 modes, campaign and multiplayer. Campaign's really good, above average for a single-player game. And the multiplayer is really good too, so check that game out. And the next game I like to talk about was NBA 2K13. I'm a big fan of NBA, and I was a little bit disappointed with this game. I have the console game too, and the graphics aren't on par. The gameplay isn't as good as the console, but that's what is expected. The gameplay is still good, but that's the only thing bearable in this game. The cutscenes of the NBA players, dunking and stuff like that, aren't crisp at all. You know what I mean? I mean, it's hard to explain, but you have to see it for yourself, really. And they do have a lot of game modes, but it's toned down from the console version. I would recommend it to any NBA fan, to be honest with you, just because it seems to be the best one out there. But for $8, it's pretty expensive on the Android the Android Google Play Marketplace. You know what I mean? So take it at your own risk. So be careful. The next game I like to talk about is Baird's Tale. Baird's Tale is an RPG game. Basically, you play as a character that's very sarcastic and meets a lot of interesting people in its path. The gameplay is pretty good too. Make sure you block a lot. It's a really good game. You know, once you get to know it, you know what I mean. And you don't pick classes at the beginning because you can buy certain weapons and use that weapon as a class. You know what I mean. If I had to rate it out of 10, I'd give it a 9 straight away. And for only $3-4, it's basically a steal. The next game I'd like to talk about is Earth and Legends. It's highly rated on the Google Play, and for all of us who have looked into it, we all know why. Because if you rate the game a high score at the beginning of the game, well, a little background here. Basically, before you even start the game, they make you rate it for in-game money, and so that's why it's rated so high. I didn't rate it so high because I didn't know what to rate it on. You know what I mean? You rate a game on gameplay, graphics, blah 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 blah. I didn't even see any of that, so I didn't really like that at all. But when I got to get into the game and play it, it's not too bad. You know what I mean? I want to say it's average. The graphics are pretty good. It's above average. The gameplay not so much, a little bit below average, but the RPG elements help it out a little bit, and there's a lot of grinding in the game. So if you're interested, go ahead and take a look. The next game I'd like to talk about is Need for Speed Most Wanted, one of the best racing games on the market, hands down. I played the Asphalt series, and I gotta say Need for Speed just knocks it out of the window. You know what I mean? Basically, the graphics are similar to Asphalt. Gameplay is a little bit better because they add police implements into it, and so you're racing your car and stuff like that, and cops start chasing you to make it more difficult. You know what I mean? So it's not just a race. You're kind of evading, and you're kind of trying to hit the police car and throw them in the wall so you can get rid of them and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It's only for a couple bucks on Google Play, so I highly recommend that game too. The next game I'd like to talk about is it's called Gangster Rio, and it's by GameLoft as well. It's a GTA knockoff. To be honest with you, I was expecting the graphics to be a lot better than they were. The city itself it's pretty large, to be honest with you, and there's a lot to do. The storyline's pretty good too. Just the driving, a lot of people have been complaining about driving cars and stuff like that, and I totally agree with them. The driving of the vehicles are just completely horrible. It's basically unplayable, you know what I mean? You know, if I could rate it 1 out of 10, 10 being a Grand Theft Auto game, I'd give it a 7, you know what I mean? It's not quite Grand Theft Auto, but it's alright. It's okay. And the next game I'd like to talk about is, well, GTA itself. I haven't had the opportunity to play GTA Vice City because it says it's not compatible with my LG Optimus G, which makes me laugh a little. You know what I mean? Oh, on the inside anyway. If they made it available, they'd be making money off of it, eh? So, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So, I'll just talk about GTA 3 for right now. I mean, GTA 3's been out for 10 years, so if you've owned a console or anything like that, you've played it before. So there's not much that could be said about it. It's what you would expect. It's one of the best games on the market right now, and one of the most popular. The next game I'd like to talk about is called SG Dead Zone. I know what SG stands for something. I just totally forget what it was. Basically, it's a multiplayer game, and it's a lot like Gears of War. If anybody's played it on the Xbox, it's pretty good. It's the controls are very hard to get used to, and the graphics are good. There's a lot of people play it, so you probably won't get bored. There's a lot of depth and perks and guns and stuff like that, so it'll keep you busy for a while. And other than that, that's pretty good. I mean, oh, I forgot about one game. It's called Great Big War Game. Anybody that has an Android device should get this game. It's hands down one of the best games, just because there's so much to do in the game, you know what I mean? I don't know how many missions there are, but it's 50 plus. It's a strategy turn-based game. I know that's not really a turn-on for a lot of people, but if you're into gaming, check it out. It's one of my favorite games to play. There's a lot of depth and humor in it, and a ton of game modes too. You know, the old school skirmish modes where you can pin yourself in like a 4-person map and just go at it like a StarCraft or anything like that. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent. I recommend it for anybody. And I'm just gonna check if there's a couple more games I want to talk about. No, that seems to be it. I mean, that's just my opinion. Don't go by it, but you should definitely check out all of these games. I recommend all of them, to be honest with you. And if you want to share your opinion yourself, just go right ahead. And if you have any other games you want to share, I'd be happy to share my opinion with you. And have a good night, guys.